Welcome back. It's your best friends. It's Austin and
It's Sean.
what's up,
And
man?
you know what? We're a bunch of buttheads
A
for
bunch of buttheads.
for
Yeah, we
not
missed
posting
last
an episode
week.
last week.
Very sorry about that.
Yeah.
One, two, skip a few, no excuses. And now here we are. So, welcome. Thanks for being here with episode number 62. Is that correct?
Yes, it is episode 62.
62.
Let's go, baby.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for
Oh, by
joining
the
us.
way, second half of this Hog Wild content is going to be on Patreon. If you want to go over to the Patreon, there's already two Hog Wild episodes on there. That is the second half of other episodes, so check it out. Anyway, let's roll with today's stuff. Sean,
Yeah.
you have a big announcement. Okay, you have a big announcement, and this happened last week, right?
Last Friday. Yeah, last Friday.
Okay.
I uh dropped a song. I said at the beginning of this year that my goal, I've been making some music, some electronic music on the side, and I said my goal for this year was to release some music. And I did
Well,
that.
hold on, wait. Let's just get this clear. You said on this show, on this channel, on the Your
Yeah.
Best Friends channel, that this was a goal of yours. So if you've been here since the time that you heard Sean say that that was his goal, give us some love in the comments.
Yes. Thank you
Say,
so
I've been
much.
here. And we
Thank you so
will,
much.
yes, thank you for being here. If you heard that
Yes.
and now you're hearing this, you're a real
And
G
the
and we
link
appreciate you
is
and love
going to
you.
be in the description for the song if you want to go check it out. Did you want to do a live listening? Do you want to do a
I
live
want to do
listening
a
on
live
podcast?
listening. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do a live
Cool.
listening.
Let's do that first. Let's do that
Well, no,
first.
no, no, no. Actually, before that,
Prefer
excuse me.
that.
Your artist name is what? Tell me.
Yeah, my artist name is Zenith. Zenith,
Okay.
all
Oh,
caps.
so you know what's crazy? I would have said it wrong if you
Were you
hadn't
about
have
to
said it
say
just now.
Zenith?
Yes.
Yeah, Zenith.
So, all right. Tell me why.
Okay. The reason that I chose the name Zenith, I kept going back and forth of whether I wanted an alias at all. Somebody convinced me to do an alias. I was swayed. Um, I think the alias route is the better way to go. And so I was just like kind of thinking, I was like, what is like the vibe that I get from this music? What works for an artist name for me? I think my like the vibe that I like when I listen and watch EDM music and see people's like visuals and the things that this music makes me think about is all like space, like astrology type uh vibes. And it kind of sounds like a little sci-fi. So I was just looking up words that like have some kind of reference to astronomy and stuff like that. And the word zenith stood out to me because so the definition of zenith in astronomy is the point in the sky or celestial sphere directly above an observer. One, I thought that sounds really rad. But the one, like the main definition of that word is the time at which something is most powerful or successful. And I was like, that's rad.
Mm,
That's powerful. So
that is pretty damn
I was
gangster.
like,
So,
that checked off boxes. I thought it's a cool sounding name. I thought the definition was super rad. And I thought like it kind of fit the box of like space sci-fi vibe. So yeah,
dang,
that was my choice.
it's pretty gangster. I like it.
Yeah.
The point at which something is most powerful.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, that's dope. I like it. Good reason. Okay. Good reason to make that name. All right.
Yeah.
So the name of the song is what?
Where did we go? Where did we go by
Okay.
Zenith?
I think we should just hop into it. You cool if we pause like at certain points and talk about it?
Sure. Yeah. Flag when you
Cool.
want to stop it.
Yeah, I'll say I'll do this. This one. You ever seen this?
Yeah, that's good. Wait, no, that's for the Hog Wild episode. Wait.
Oh, I forgot.
Sorry,
Sorry. Let's
kids.
take that back.
All right. Here we go. Where can you see my screen, perhaps?
Not yet. It's just doing okay. I can see your
All
screen.
right. Where did we go?
We're on YouTube, by the way.
I should
So you can
say
find this on YouTube.
you can find this on YouTube. You can find this on Spotify, Apple Music, pretty much anywhere you can find music, you're gonna find this song. So cool. Here we go.
Mm. It's my favorite part right
I
here.
think about you a lot. Do you think about me?
Second drop.
Yes. I was geeking the first time I heard it.
Do you think about me? I hope you're doing really good. Call me sometime, okay?
Nice.
All right. So the first time I listened to it was I was making coffee. It was like the morning after you dropped. It was like midnight on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. Next day, I was listening to it while I made coffee, and I just listened to it like on my phone speaker. So I was like, "Oh, it's pretty dope," but I didn't get all like the I don't know, like the intricacies and like all the
Yeah.
different,
The
you
layers.
know, yeah, thanks, layers. I was sounding like an idiot there for a sec. All the layers, but when we got to like the 2 minute mark ish, dude, I heard the marching snare drum sound. I was like, "Whoa!"
Let's go, baby.
So I have a question. Do you feel like that's going to be like a, since everyone knows, if you haven't heard, Sean plays marching snare drum, he teaches marching snare drum, marching snare drum kind of guy. Do you feel like that you're going to like sprinkle that into every song?
I
Is that
want
a plan
I
or no?
It wasn't a plan. It's something that after I added it in, I really like with music like that and electronic music, like the very upbeat, like melodic shit. A marching snare seems like be a common thing. If you know who Odessa is, or if anyone who's
Yeah.
listening is a fan of Odessa, they like one of their core parts of their live performances is they have a snare line like on the stage with them, like a drum
It's
line come on
badass,
stage.
bro.
It's pretty sick. Um, I think I'm going to try to sprinkle it in when I can where it makes sense because I think one, it's, it's significant to me personally. Like it wasn't a plan to put it there. I was actually had most of the song almost complete like before I put it in because I was like, something a part of the second drop that just like needs something. It needs something different. It needs to like some kind of like turn. And the marching snare, I was just like, ooh, this adds a lot right there.
Nice.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to like add that in when I can because I think it can drive a lot of differences, some energy, variation. I like it.
Heck yeah. Yeah. I like the song a lot. I think I'm more likely to listen to a song. This is EDM, right? This is genre.
Yeah.
Okay. If it has like some kind of old voiceover sounding, like old sounding voiceover like this. Yeah, I like it a lot. Where'd you get the voiceover? Like, where'd you sample it from?
I got it from Splice. So I don't know if you know
Okay.
what Splice is, but for anyone who's listening who's unfamiliar, it's basically just like a web application that it's like a subscription service and it just gives you like a bunch of free samples that you can not free
Nice.
obviously but samples that you can use
Oh,
that are
yeah.
like free use like I
Gotcha.
didn't have to get it cleared or anything like that. And I also that's another like last addition I added to the song too. I was like that I like this song but it needs like almost like a story or something going on in these like lulls where there's no
Yeah.
um nothing interesting happening. And I was like, maybe I can find like a vocalist singing because sometimes people have like just a cappella singing in the background on Splice, and
Hmm.
like people can get away with like having full songs with lyricists in there, like with free use lyricists. Um, but I didn't find anything that I liked. But I found those that like kind of sound like a phone recording, and I was like, that's perfect. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
This isn't a song that needs
Nice
singing. It just needs something like that, something different.
conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Spoken word.
Nice. Yeah, I like it. What
Thanks.
software do you use to make the song?
Ableton.
Ableton?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Ableton is what I like. Shout out to Bishu on YouTube. He makes a lot of music like on YouTube live on his videos. On he likes to do these things called bish bish battles, and he'll bring he'll basically just like choose a
Dark.
random sample, and he'll set a 2 hour timer, and people who are watching his live stream can make a song with the sample, and he'll like make a song live on stream with the sample, and he'll just like share everybody's songs at the end. And like just
That's
watching that, I
dope.
learned like a lot. And he uses Ableton, so I was just like, this looks like an easy workflow. So I got the trial like a year ago, mess around with it, and I was like, yeah, I need to get this. Plus, Ableton has a crazy good educational discount.
Mm.
So I
Oh,
was like,
nice.
I was like, I should get this now while I'm in school, because the discount was like,
That's good.
if you're just in school, you don't even have to be studying music. It's like 45% off or something. I was like, yep,
Yeah, that's
makes
fat.
sense.
That's great.
hmm
Dang. So is that just for the year, or is that like forever?
That's like forever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow, that's pretty cool.
that's what I'm saying.
Dang.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I
How
had
much
the
is it
trial, which is like
without the 45?
like $700.
It's not as much as I thought you were gonna say though.
Yeah, I mean the suite. So they have like three tiers. They have like a very light version. I want to say is like 150 or something. They have like the regular version, which is like 450, and then they have the $700 version, which is like the full suite with like all the effects, a bunch of different sounds. And when I was looking at the educational discount, it like brings it down to the level that I would have purchased anyway. So I was like, it just makes sense to buy this now with this
Yeah,
discount, because then I would just get everything. Um,
makes sense to me.
so yeah, it's been
Heck
fun.
yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
when's
keep
the next one?
I'm gonna keep working at it. I don't know, but I am working on one right now that I think is gonna be
You have
next
the
up.
name yet?
No,
Are you lying?
no, I don't have the name. I have no idea.
Look at that. That's a
Oh, look at
cat.
that
You
cat.
see that?
Maybe if you're a if you like that song and you're a patron, maybe on a pre-show party you could get a sneak peek before it even comes out. Maybe.
That'd be great. I would love that. Yes.
Um,
Well, and now that you've we've pimped your stuff, okay, go listen to the song, subscribe on YouTube,
Zenith, ladies
go to
and
the
gentlemen.
Spotify,
Spotify.
be a monthly listener, okay? Can't you like follow? Yeah, it says
Yeah,
following,
you can
right? You can
follow.
click
Yeah.
follow, and then next time you release a song, something will happen. They'll get some kind of notification, maybe.
Yeah, it'll just pop up on your feed. It'll just say, "Hey, Zenith dropped a song. Go check it out."
Nice.
So
Yeah. Sick. Yeah, do that. Do that. Do that.
yeah, do
Especially
it.
if you are a best friend. Hell yeah.
Yes,
Well,
please do. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
my technology related thing is that the YouTube channel has started to take off. My YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel.
Hell yeah, dude,
So
you're
I don't
killing it.
know what number subscriber we were at before. Like the last time I mentioned it, it was probably like in the low hundreds though. And now we're at 241. So almost a quarter of the way to that very highly coveted 1,000
Yeah, dude,
subscriber mark.
killing it. Dropping
So
some
it's been
knowledge bombs.
fun. Yes, definitely dropping knowledge bombs. I've kind of what's I think been helping a lot lately is I've gone with news based topics that I can still drop a lot of knowledge on. And
Yeah.
then like about once a week, I'll drop something that's more like evergreen, where you could go back to it for months and months and months and months. But to kind of like get the growth of the channel going so that the
Dropping
audience gets bigger,
shorter.
somewhat shorter and more like news based. But in those news based things, I'm still talking about like strategy of like, how to open a position, what I would do in this specific situation, and I try to like always let people know like, hey, this stock's moving because earnings are moving. Earnings are moving. That's why the stock price is moving. That's what is correlated in the long term. So like,
Mhm.
make sure you're not buying into the hype or selling into the hype, etc. So it's been sick so far. If you're not subscribing, you're listening to this, go over there. I think you can just look at Austin Thompson stocks or stock market and you'll find me.
Yeah,
My
I need to
hairy ass
watch. I need
face.
to. I need to watch the most recent video. I meant to watch that one. That one's interesting to me as a
Is
shareholder of the
popping
company you're
off.
talking about.
Yeah, SoFi. Man, we've been having a good time lately
I've
in the
been having a
market.
good time.
You ever heard
It's
of
been
the
nice.
wealth effect? You ever heard of that?
No.
So when assets are rising, there's this thing called the wealth effect where people feel like I'm making so much money. What am I going to do with all this money? I might as well just go buy a brand new car. I might as well buy a new home. I might as well get an investment
Yeah.
property. I might as well buy a Rolex. A wealth effect, man. You feel like you're more likely to spend money when your assets are rising in price?
Do I?
Yeah.
Uh, I feel like I'm more likely to see that with my bank account rising than
Okay.
like
That
my
makes sense.
stock account. I don't know. When I look at my stocks, I kind of view that more as like a game, not in the sense that I'm like fuck, like I'm day trading, but
Yeah.
like in the sense that like I'll see it, I'll be like, okay, like let me just take a look. Like it's all right, it's doing pretty well, down a little bit. Let's see, do I got the fun? All right, we're gonna put a little bit more money in there,
Yeah. So
like
I get
balancing things
caught
out,
in
like
that makes sense. I get caught in like I probably would say I'm more likely to spend money when my like stocks are roaring higher, but it's not because I feel the wealth effect. It's like the opposite. Whenever I whenever my stocks are diving, like, if I'm having some short-term pain for whatever reason, I'm so ready to put every single spare dollar into the market to buy the dip. And it's worked for me many, many, many times before. And right now is another time where it's paying off in a massive way.
yeah,
Like, yeah, like the gains over the last month have been like disgusting.
mm,
Multiple stocks that we both own have literally more than doubled, and
yeah,
doubled plus some. It's like kind of crazy, and they're
yeah,
pretty big positions for me. So it's like, fuck, dude, this is
yeah,
crazy. But at the same token, I'm just building up cash in those accounts as I deposit
yeah,
money. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be a buyer right now. I'm just gonna let it ride the wave because there's no short term pain. I want to
yeah,
buy into the pain instead of the hype. So I feel like
yeah.
the opposite of the wealth effect. I feel the poverty effect of not wanting to spend any money at all whenever stocks are dipping because I'm like, why would I buy food right now? I could put that into the market and
Yeah.
make buku bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, that's valid.
so yeah. All right. We should do your article.
Should do my article.
Yeah,
What's the time
I'm
looking?
ready. We're good. We're good on the time.
Sick. All right. Well, I have an article for us, and it wouldn't be a Your Best Friends episode without talking about the new Apple device that is
Oh
coming out.
yes.
So we got to talk about this new Apple VR, do not call it a VR headset, apparently, according to this article, headset that was announced last week. So last week was the WWDC. Apple has announced the Apple Vision Pro, which is their take on a VR headset. So first off, what's your like just first initial thoughts reading the article title and from what you know about the headset? I don't know what you've read about it, but
Okay, it says I wore the Vision Pro. It's the best headset demo ever. Okay, I don't think it is a VR headset, right? It's an AR headset,
yeah, I think
augmented reality,
AR is
because you
most of
can
its.
see through the
Yeah,
glass.
it's like
Yeah,
goggles.
yeah, it's basically yeah. Well, I'll say this: of all the headsets I've seen, it's the prettiest. Scroll down just a little bit so we can just at least see the
Take
picture.
a look at that.
Yeah, of all the headsets that exist right now, that one's the prettiest for sure. So Apple delivered in that capacity. But you know who Johnny Ive is?
No.
He was like the lead product developer at Apple for like forever and ever and ever, along with Steve Jobs. So it was like
Yeah.
Steve Jobs and Johnny Ive. This is the first product ever that either Steve Jobs or Johnny Ive hasn't had a direct hand in creating this iteration of it.
Wow.
Obviously, there's been multiple iPhone iterations without Steve Jobs or Johnny Ive because Johnny Ive left the company, and of
Right.
course Steve Jobs died. But that's like making small tweaks. This is a whole new product. What I
Yeah.
think is that it's very much out of reach for almost everyone who is an Apple customer. And if it's not out of reach, it's just not something that they're going to buy, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, their demo seemed like it was more around trying to get corporate clients to buy it. But I have this interesting theory. But let's just talk through the article a little bit, and then
Cool.
I'll get to my interesting theory.
Well, I just saw the first bomb. That's it, like immediately in this first sentence. I just walked out of a long demo session with Apple's new $3,499 Vision Pro headset. So this is not a cheap headset. which the company announced at
It's
WWDC
extremely
2023
expensive.
as the world's most advanced consumer electronics product. It's a really, really nice VR headset with impressive displays and video pass-through, and I mean incredibly impressive displays and video pass-through. I was happily using my phone to take notes while wearing the Vision Pro, something no other headset can realistically allow. That said, Apple would obviously prefer that people think of the Vision Pro as a powerful spatial computer or an augmented reality device. There's really no getting around the essential VR headset nature of the thing, down to the adjustable head straps, which definitely messed up my hair. It looks, feels, and behaves like a VR headset. If you've used the MetaQuest, just imagine the best possible MetaQuest running something very much like iPad OS and you'll get it. Yeah, so it seems like this is like a computer. You know what I mean? Like other headsets, it seems like it's one of those things that you just plug into your computer and you use to play games or use to play different applications. This seems like a computer, like Vision OS is probably going to be its own thing. You know what I mean?
I think it already is.
Yeah, like I think it's just like a computer, and based on what I saw about it, which is very brief, I like kept my research to a minimum, but it looked like people were wanting to I just got a running out of time thing. I don't know. Sorry, I got thrown off by that. The headset, it seems like people were using it for like office tasks, you know what I mean? Like everyday tasks or like meetings, stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't see it being used for that.
I don't really know. Like I don't know. The VR AR thing is one of those things that's like if you're marketing to just like an average person who buys like the iPad or the iPhone, like it's a little before its time, I guess. But I'm not gonna find a good use for it, and I don't think you would, and I don't think a lot of other
I
people
think
would.
it's pretty far ahead of its time, which is not a good thing, by the
Or
way.
ahead, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's past where we are right now as a society as it relates to adopting this technology. And I don't
Right.
think Apple's going to be the one that moves us to adopt this technology, especially not at the $3,500 price point. That's a lot of people, two mortgage payments.
Yeah.
Like I don't know
That's
what the average mortgage payment in the US is. Google that shit right now. What's the average mortgage payment in the US? Average mortgage payment in the US. Yep. 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 Look at that. That's almost
1968,
two.
yeah.
The median, look,
Yeah.
no, it's more than two. It's more than two.
God
Because
damn.
look at the median.
Yeah.
If you look at the median, you take out those massive, massive, massive super homes,
Right.
1532. Multiply that by two, that's like
Jeez.
3,000 ish. So 2 months of having a house or a VR headset. That's just a little bit
Well, hey, your
silly.
house can be, in your VR headset. You know what I mean? It could
Yeah,
just be a
exactly. You can
virtual
just live
house.
on the street and have
Yeah, I
your AR
mean,
goggles
yeah.
on.
Yeah, home is where
Yeah.
you make it, and it's in this Apple device. Um,
Yikes.
I don't know. It's pretty crazy. It seems like it being advertised to companies would be the better move. You know what I mean? With the whole VR thing, like companies, like people that could benefit from this are people who are like, surgeons like doing simulations or something like that. Stuff like that where it's like anything that's like could benefit from a simulation base where the stakes are low and you can like experiment with things and see things like that is the industry that needs it.
Yeah. I'm sure they're going to try to market it to students as well, though, like med students,
Yeah.
stuff like that,
Yeah, true.
nursing students, etc.
Although I will say
Well,
I
go
appreciate Apple
ahead.
like taking as long as they did before releasing something like this. I think they could have waited longer, but like obviously as far as AR and VR goes, like this is the best headset that's going to be on the market because it's I don't know, it looks like an Apple device and it looks well made and everybody who's touched it seems to think that it's like
It does look very,
really
very,
good.
very well made. I think it is really good. I haven't used it. I'm gonna have to put it on at some point and try it out once it comes out 2024 just to see what the hype's all about.
Yeah.
But um did you know that during the WWDC the um new Disney CEO came on and gave like a whole spiel and he was like, we're gonna be able to have native on day one Disney experiences for Disney Plus, Hulu, etc. on the Apple Vision
Wow.
Pro. Did you
I
see
did
them
not
say
see
that?
that. No.
So yeah, he came on. He had like a maybe 5 to 7 minute speech. It was very Disney of him, and he did a great job selling the hype. What I see right now, have you ever been to Disney, first of all?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how they have those theaters where they kind of set it up to where it's like it's very real feeling, it's like 3D and stuff's coming at you, and they like spray you with water and all that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun. I could see if you could have a connected experience of all the people in the room being able to have their own AR headset that they put on. So you basically go into the room, you sit down in your comfy chair, and then you put your AR headset on, and then they give you the experience all at one time. So then a $3,500 theater full of people watching this, experiencing the same experience, I should say, I shouldn't say watching, and you can like interact with it in a certain way, and maybe you could like split up into teams and do this little thing here and this
Yeah,
little
that
thing
would be
there
pretty cool.
because it's a very family oriented thing. I could see that because I thought, and the way I got to this was like, well, what if me and Kindle bought some? First of all, without tax, that's $7,000. So that's not going to happen. I'm not interested in that. I'd rather like buy a car or something, like anything. We could just go on vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, a nice vacation. Really nice vacation.
Really nice vacation.
So that's probably not going to happen. But I thought, well, it'd be cool to be able to experience the same thing at the same time with someone else in this kind of like augmented reality. So that's kind of like where I landed on that. I was like, maybe the Disney CEO is already planning that, and they're going to be able to have this connected experience with like 100 people or 150 people all in one room who kind of can like interact. And it's like the part of Disney where you get to cool off because it's fucking hot in Florida. And I don't know about California, but at least the Disney, it's in Florida, it's super hot. It's nice to get indoors. And then, they can provide a similar experience to what they do now, but with the headset on. So it's like, yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. We have about 4 minutes left.
4 minutes?
Yeah, according to my application. So,
all right. Well,
thank you for watching. If you're watching right now, you should go head over to the Patreon.
Link in the description and pin comment down there. Go to the Patreon. Check out the Hog Wild episode. That's the second half of the episode. It's uncensored. We say some out of pocket stuff. Maybe it might just be really PG as well.
We might just continue the conversation. Who knows?
Totally
but yeah,
possible.
You'll know if you go check it out.
That's right.
Become your best buddy old pal.
All right. Well, we love you.
We love you.